now. And I'm going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. And ladies and gentlemen, we are live with a special bonus behind the scenes Best Phone Plans Podcast content episode. Dennis and I are here. Dennis, how are you doing today?
Doing well as always.
Yeah. It's Monday. What kept you busy today?
Well, day job, but of course we're doing some special testing, improving the podcast bit by bit. If you guys cannot tell, this is coming in full glorious 1080p goodness because we are testing out OBS.
Ooh. Yeah, it's looking crispy. I'm on the live stream right now on my iMac, which is over here, and it's looking great. I'm really liking it. I want to give full credit goes to Dennis. Okay, this was his idea. He was a huge supporter of this. He said, Stetson, I want to bring the best quality stream to our viewers, to our subscribers. You're learning how to do OBS. This is the way forward. I was like, I don't know, dragging my feet, my PC under my bed. He got me on it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We're super excited to be here. And we didn't really know what this was going into it, but we decided this was a great opportunity to test out the OBS stream and to talk about the latest T-Mobile hack and data breach. It feels like they get one of these, every year, every 6 months? It's crazy, Dennis. So why don't you kind of fill me in on what's going on? I saw a couple headlines, but I'm a little out of it when it comes to this. So what is the T-Mobile breach, and what do our viewers need to know?
Yeah, so basically the T-Mobile breach started out sort of like a rumor. I think it was reported by Vice. But then T-Mobile started doing investigations and officially today confirmed that there was a breach. Now, they haven't disclosed the number of people, but based off what's been being reported, it sounds like 100 million people are affected. Information that's been collected includes name, social, driver's license, card information, basically everything you need to steal your identity. And the hackers basically are offering T-Mobile to buy back some of the information for 6 Bitcoin, which I don't know what that turns into in US dollars. But I think it's something like 100,000.
Yeah, I actually think I saw it on Twitter. I want to say it might be maybe like 147 or it might have been like 247 or something like that. But it was low. Like, you steal all this information and you only want like a couple $100,000?
Well, they only said they would give up some of the information. They're still going to sell other parts of it to the highest bidder.
This is just wild.
But I want to turn back the clock a bit because we talked about how common this is, right? I want to turn back the clock to when Baby Dennis, first became a T-Mobile customer. And by Baby Dennis, I mean basically teenage version of me. Do you remember when T-Mobile actually had that huge hack where like it was through Equifax, but it literally affected like half the country?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was crazy.
Yeah. And you know what T-Mobile did?
Nothing.
They gave people that were affected protection, identity theft protection, through the same people that got the hack done to them, which was Equifax for 2 years.
Something seems a little wrong about that. I'm no expert, but that seems a little wrong.
Yeah, but this time around, they haven't announced they're going to do anything. And honestly, I feel like at this point, it's just pure negligence, and they need to have a hefty fine. Like, honestly, the FCC should sue T-Mobile and force them to basically give every subscriber like $200.
You think as payment compensation, is $200 enough? Like, how much?
No, it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough, but it's realistic.
Yeah, because what would that be with they have like a decent number. There's 330 million people in the United States. T-Mobile is...
They have about a third of the country.
Well, they're also the third largest. So I think it's under 100, maybe like, I would say 80 to 100.
No, they're bigger. They're bigger than...
Really? How many customers do they currently have, Dennis? Do you want to slap that in the Google?
Let's see. I think T-Mobile's the second largest carrier. How large...
Did they surpass AT&T?
I'm pretty sure.
Yikes. I mean, not good news for AT&T. And the fact that all these people suddenly got hacked. But
let's see here. So T-Mobile has 104.79 million customers. How many customers does AT&T have?
Are they counting active lines as customers, or are they counting people, active devices as customers?
So these are based off. I'm basing this off of Statista.com.
Sure, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So AT&T has 171 million connections, but that's not customers.
Yeah, see? They're all weird about this. Well, we can just say it's like probably 100 million.
I found subscribers. This to see. No. I just want postpaid subscribers for mobility. Thank you. AT&T only has 79 million.
79 million. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Wow. So T-Mobile, over 100 million. That's a lot of people being affected by this. So it sounds like all of the information is out there. Basically, anything tied to your T-Mobile account with your social, like all that, those pieces of information. What do people need to do to kind of protect themselves in this kind of scenario?
Unfortunately, there's not too much you can do really outside of, if you are one of the people affected, putting a freeze on your credit.
I think that's the number one thing people should do.
Yeah, so putting a freeze on your credit, basically putting a block on it, which brings up its own host of pain in the butt problems.
Oh, yeah. If you're trying to like get a loan or like buy something and they run a credit check and it's frozen, that is a hassle and a half.
So that could be complicated. Probably reaching out to your card company to get a new card, which also, again, is its own headache as you update all your card information. But man, it's one of those things that like once it's out there, you're just screwed. Like,
yeah, and they're going to sell it to a high bidder. Like, the irony is almost the hackers don't even need the information. Like, they're getting it to sell it. That is the only thing. And then someone with even more malicious intent will go out and use it.
See, and you know what really sucks about this?
Everything?
Everything sucks about it, but the main thing I was going to say was the biggest problem of all this is that this all goes back to the fact that private companies shouldn't be requiring social security numbers to open up accounts in the first place.
I agree with that.
Social security was not, like, your social security number was not meant to be used in this way. Like, it became that because of, like, FICO scores and all that. But, like, there is no reason why T-Mobile should need a social to open up a cell phone account. Explain to me why you need to check my credit to open up a cell phone account.
I guess it's so that they can offer postpaid service, but then the question is, like, why not just do prepaid? Like, does the date of the payment matter in any capacity?
Well, not just that, but what outside of financing a phone? If I just wanted the service, like I'm a BYOD customer, right?
Oh yeah.
Why do you need my social?
Absolutely no reason.
Like, what's the difference here? And why is there not an option just for me to put down a deposit or something?
Right.
Pay you for the first, I don't know, 3 months of service.
You know what's crazy, Dennis? When you sign up, this happened to me with AT&T, right? You sign up, there is no payment on the day you sign up. And that's what they want. They want you to walk out with your new phone, your new service with no payment. So you don't even think about it. Then 10 days later or 2 weeks later, you're hit with your first bill. Okay. And this bill is not only a prorated amount for the previous 10 days, but it's a prepayment, so to speak, for the next 30 days, your next billing cycle of service. And then you know what happens, Dennis? At the end of those 30 days, you're hit with your next bill for the next 30 days. So in a way, it's basically prepaid. Like, after that first 10-day grace period or whatever, you're basically prepaying for your service. And yes, like, they issue the bill on the prepaid date, and yes, you do have flexibility, like 10 days or whatever, to pay it, but it's effectively prepaid. Like, why is it not prepaid to begin with? Why are the bills so complicated? And to your point, why do they need my freaking social to run a credit check? I don't think they should.
And here's the thing, and just to play devil's advocate in defense of like these companies, devil's advocate, I know fraud is a huge issue in the cell phone game. Like, I know that's a real problem.
Oh, I honestly wasn't aware of that. So, like, what's a fraud scenario? Like, someone signs up on someone else's behalf, or
someone signs up on someone else's behalf. Someone signs up to get free phones and just X-nays out, like dips, right?
Oh,
like,
so they like try and buy the free phone and they contact one of those legit Instagram hackers to get it unlocked or whatever.
Or they don't even have to get it unlocked. They just get the free phone and sell it on eBay to another person that uses that same kit. I don't know. Like, there's scenarios like that, right? Or better yet, just turn it into one of those like automated machines, where they scan your phone.
Geez, yeah, and it's just like, well, this is in perfect condition, and it's just like, this is in perfect condition. Here's, I don't know, 50% retail value, and the person's like, doesn't matter to me, I got it for free.
Or it's the other thing of just signing up in someone else's name. But or any million other things that you can probably think of, right?
Yeah.
But like I know that's a thing, but what I was gonna say was like I know for a fact there has got to be other ways that companies manage this stuff, because like think about how debt collectors work, right? Like they have information on you that ties you across the board. Like, why couldn't they, for example, when I put my card on, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just verify my identity just using my card? Like, the bank has all my information, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you're so right. It's so brilliant. A million other ways they could do this.
Yeah, like we, as a society, well, first off, T-Mobile just needs to get up to snuff with basic security, because it's absolutely unexcusable.
Yeah, what are they doing? I thought they were pretty secure though. Like, they have a toggle to prevent SIM swapping, right? But that's not even the issue. It's not your SIM being swapped.
Hold up. The SIM swapping thing is garbage.
Really?
Dude. Oh, Stetson, I told you this before when we talked on the live stream, but I told you how I called them, specifically asking them to set a rule in place that if my SIM card were to be swapped, it has to have an in-store with verified ID being presented.
Yeah.
Bro, they did not listen to that at all.
Ooh.
Did not listen at all.
Well, did you give him your account pin when you were talking to him? Maybe not. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I know you did all the things.
There was a whole backstory on this, but outside of that, okay. T-Mobile, more than anybody, has had more data breaches consecutively. And normally when a company has a data breach, especially on the scales that T-Mobile has, they step their security game up. T-Mobile has not. And they're handling very sensitive information. I mean, we talked about how important your phone number is being tied into stuff, and they're collecting all this information to keep on me. Like I said, T-Mobile requires your driver's license when I signed up. They required my driver's license to be scanned. Now, most people think like, what's the worst you can do with your driver's license? But fun fact, your driver's license actually has a unique number. And fun fact, your driver's license, I don't know, keeps where you live. Something you don't really want people knowing for obvious reasons on it. Like, big problems. And the real kicker is in our Discord, people were commenting that Deutsche Telekom is actually Deutsche Telekom,
they
the one that
own
actually
T-Mobile. They're I think they're the major investor. I don't really know actually the backstory on that, but like Deutsche Telekom owns T-Mobile like international and is I think a major stakeholder in T-Mobile US.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, Deutsche Telekom is actually officially part of T-Secure, which I'm going to just share a link here with you real quick, Stetson, so you can see this. Let me put that real quick in your Discord chat here. Go ahead and open that for me, bud. But basically, they're part of like a big group of people that take security like seriously. They have all the SAP services. They're partnered with Google Cloud. They literally are jointed together. And Google is well renowned for their security. So over in Europe, they're taking security well, but over here in the US, it costs us a penny to secure the data. Nah, we're T-Mobile, we're cheap. We got as Sneed would say, sweaty armpits running here trying to cut a penny everywhere he can. No, it actually, I know I'm joking, but it actually makes me very upset. I was saying behind the scenes, I genuinely question why I stay with T-Mobile. Like, this is unacceptable behavior.
At the rate our data is leaking from T-Mobile right now, they should just be selling it on our behalf and giving us a cut,
I mean, here's a question for you. I mean, we were talking behind the scenes, but what can T-Mobile to make right by this? Like, what would T-Mobile have to do to make right by this?
I don't know, Dennis. Like, do they have to do anything? What happened the last time they were hacked? Basically,
the last time they gave everybody Experion protection, which was the same entity that got hack done.
By Equifax, right?
Equifax. Yeah.
So I guess they do nothing. It doesn't sound. I don't think these hackers are running a security thing. So, look, Dennis, I really don't know with this. It's a terrible situation for T-Mobile customers. I mean, the usual things to consider doing are changing your passwords. I think freezing your credit account is probably the number one thing to do right now. My mom
updating your card on file.
Updating your card on file. My mom had her identity stolen, and they tried to take a loan out actually on her behalf. And so freezing your credit because they run a credit check to do loans and stuff. That's a really great way to kind of help prevent things like this from happening. But I guess as of right now, you're kind of in this gray area where the data's out there, but I don't think it's been sold yet. So you have some time to put some preventative measures in place. It's awful either way. Anything else you want to touch on for this topic?
Not in particular. I know it's been well covered across where I've even seen it pop up in some game servers that I'm in, but I feel like we also had to do responsibility
to let people
talk
know about it.
this. And honestly, too, I want to like issue a call to arms. People, speak with your fun bucks, speak with your dollars to basically tell T-Mobile why this is unacceptable.
Are you leaving, Dennis? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm not going to leave. Not yet, anyway.
Are you going to cancel a couple of your lines that you're not using to give them less money?
No, but I am going to call them and ask for a credit. I'm going to be like, look, I want a credit for all
Dennis,
my lines.
I'm genuinely curious how that goes. I'd like a report back. How does the call with T-Mobile go? Does Dennis get credit? That's the next question.
Well, if T-Mobile's customer service is what it's supposed to be, they'll give me a credit to keep me, considering that they make, I don't even know how many thousands of dollars they made me off me so far, but
too much. Too many thousands.
I'm going to request the credit. Like, T-Mobile should give me something because it's really not cool.
Yeah, right on.